The following movie is rated R.
In actual fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
Without going into detail, I must say I have never seen anything like this before. The encephalogram suggests serious damage to the nervous system, but the other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly. Although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
Look, it's letting up. You're awake. That's good. Welcome back to the world of the living, Stalker. How are you feeling? Do you remember what happened to you? In the joking mood, eh? That bodes well for your recovery. I'm Lebedev, the group leader, and I'm responsible for everyone here. That includes you, for as long as you're here. We call ourselves S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and you are in our base right now. We picked you up in the swamps after the emission. Lucky? I doubt it. The facts are these. You survived the emission. That's the first thing I still can't explain. The second thing is that our patrol found you in the swamps, which are essentially endless quicksand. And thirdly, you nearly got torn into shreds by a pack of pseudo-dogs. But our boys got you out just in time. Such a chain of events tells me it's more than just luck. Anyway, I need to finish what I'm doing. So let's continue this conversation later.
Само найдется.
Хорошо, старье.
Look who we got visiting our swamps. You sure are a whiff of fresh air. Hello, Mark. You became quite a legend while you were out of it. Even you wouldn't believe some of the rumors I've heard. Anyways, here's a drink on the house for a lucky son of a gun. It should help you relax and tell me about your adventures, because I'm just dying of curiosity. Well then, you drink and I'll tell you about this place. It used to be pretty quiet here. We had the paths worked out, the right places explored, and the approach covered. Of course, the swamps ain't exactly spring break material, but it wasn't too bad either. Yeah, it wasn't too bad until the last emission, the biggest we've ever seen. These days our boys pray both to God and the devil before going out of the base. Because getting back alive is a miracle in its own right. But we're managing to hold it together, because our guys ain't here for loot. They're fighting for a cause. I was collecting bottles one after another, and they led me here. I'm kidding, man. Truth is, there was no place for me in that other world. He didn't want me. In the end, I came here. First to the zone, and then to Clear Sky. The guys here are alright, and I'm needed here. They come back here after a mission, I pour them a drink, tell a few dirty jokes, and my job is done. Simple, but effective. By the way, they call me Cold around here. In our base, as you can see, it's a small, sinking farmstead in the middle of romantic, endless swamps. I couldn't tell you where it is exactly, but it's the last place in the zone where you can meet real people. Guys who won't screw you, stab you in the back, or let you bleed to death to save a med kit. You know why you've never heard of it? Because too many people want to know about it, and the fewer that do, the better. Lebedev is our leader. The man is a rock if ever I've seen one. He's the glue that holds our whole group together. Then there's Binpolev, Professor Binpolev. He's like a walking encyclopedia and a calculator in one. Knows more about the zone than... well, anyway. Our technician's called Gray, and he can make you a rifle out of an empty can with ammo to boot. He could use some spares, but apart from that... And finally, we have Suslov. He's a trader, but he ain't like the others of his trade. He won't try to rip you off or screw you.
Cold.
He knows what stalkers go through to get their loot, and
I
he
need to
respects
see
that.
him.
Well, brother, if Lebedev says he needs to see you, that ain't up for a discussion. Go on, I'll catch you later. Pop in anytime you feel like chatting.
Got some fresh air? You look better, that's for sure. Let me fill you in on this situation. You're in the Clear Sky base. Don't try to remember who we are. You've never heard of us, and there's a very good reason for that. Our mission is to research the zone. We believe that the zone must be studied and understood so that humanity knows what it is facing here. Understanding is the key to coexisting with the zone. Because if you think about it, the zone is the most wondrous phenomenon humanity has been confronted with in its entire history. As I said, we are researchers. We are trying to figure out the nature of the zone, determine the reasons which caused it to appear, and formulate the rules that govern its existence. We are not consumed by a quest for money. We don't seek fields of artifacts, and we're not interested in turf wars with other factions. That is why we're hiding here in the swamps and concentrating on our research. Our forte is not combat, but knowledge. Knowledge of the zone, accumulated over years of research. We know more about it than S.T.A.L.K.E.R and the government combined. And our research was finally shaping up into a sound, coherent picture until the massive emission a few days ago. No, that emission was incredibly powerful. It was on a level of its own. It was like a hurricane that swept the whole zone, changing it. Everything is different. The well-known and relatively safe areas have become highly radioactive and full of anomalies. But now, you can access parts of the zone that have been unreachable for years. Even the most hardened stalkers don't know what awaits them on their favorite path. The other thing that changed is people, and that became evident right away. The emission destroyed the fragile balance between factions, and they're now warring for territory. In other words, many strange things have happened, and I don't yet fully understand the scale of these changes. It's only been a few days since the emission. If you ask me, the strangest thing of all is that you managed to survive it. I see. How can I help you? Getting out of here isn't easy, not by a long shot. The swamps are a real maze of reeds and radioactive quicksand, swarming with terrible monsters and human scum. And I don't know which is worse. Only a guide can lead you safely out of here. We only have a handful of them. Guys I would trust with my life without a second thought. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Because if I let you go, our presence here might not stay a secret for long. We are having a very tough time here recently. The emission reduced the number of anomalies in the swamps, which made the area easily accessible for bandits and other vermin. There are so many of them, They'll be setting up camp in our base soon if we don't do something about it. The problem is that we're not really the fighting type, so we've been steadily losing ground. But you, one look at you, tells me you're a pro in that sort of thing.
This is the second outpost. We're
Your
under attack. I
experience can
repeat,
save
we're
the
under
lives
attack.
of
Help!
many of my... That's enough chit-chat. There's been another attack on our outpost. Help us fight it off. If it makes any difference, some of the boys who saved you are there right now. You still remember how to survive in the zone? Great. Get over to the trader and he'll fit you out with some basic equipment. After that, head straight to the outpost. Once you're outside the base, listen to my advice. I'll try to guide you along.
Hello there. At last. Here, take this basic equipment kit. It's designed specifically for patrol missions. I've been ordered to issue you some equipment. There's no time for questions. The boys need you now.
What you need, S.T.A.L.K.E.R? Run for the tower! The monsters can't get you there! Yeah, you're right on time, bro. I'm real low on ammo, so let's make the best of it together.
Attention all fighters. An emission is approaching. Get to cover now.
You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far from the tower when things calmed down a bit. You know, Bien Polev was right. You defy scientific explanation. He believes that you acquired some, let's say, unusual abilities, which help you survive anomalous activity that would literally tear anyone else down to atoms. Also, it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point where our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Wait. Don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die. A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated in the zone. A discharge, if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, the increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat, akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the brain scorcher. It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the wish granter. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the brain Scorcher. I didn't think so until the large emission. Hell, nobody thought so. However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, then the answer is obvious. Someone made it through the Scorcher, and the emission was the zone's response. And since the emissions haven't stopped, Whoever it was must still be alive. The Zone is trying to get them, and it's killing everything that's alive in the process. I know a lot about the Zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium. The Zone is unstable right now, and this instability is increasing. If the constant emissions aren't stopped, the Zone will become so unstable that a new disaster will occur. Which brings us to what S.T.A.L.K.E.R is doing. We are trying to prevent that disaster. You're right, but we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions, and that means something. We have to find out who was in the center of the Zone and stop them at any price. There's a strange connection between you and the Zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will, they mean you can get through places that others wouldn't even dream of. And at the moment, we need to act very quickly. I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Now this may sound like a line from a corny movie, but you really don't have a choice. Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us? Then listen carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the Zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment, but it's a lead. Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the cordon, we have to regain control of the swamps. And with your help, I think we should be able to do it.
We're in, so you can take your blindfold off. Don't you try to follow me, it won't work anyway. If you want to come back to the base, find one of the guys at the fishing hamlet.
Murphy, it looks like you're at the Great Swamps now. Be extremely careful and don't try to be a hero. Check out your PDA. You should find the location of the swamps there. I suggest you get yourself over to the fishing hamlet. That's where they are. That's it. Now we'll teach them a lesson.
We're getting slaughtered here!
Thanks for helping out. Drop by our base sometime. We'll find a way to pay you back. That's a promise. We'll have to fight out in the open.
Awake over there? We're waiting up for you.
We've captured the Renegade's lair. All we need to do now is take control of the paths to the swamps. The swamps are now under our control. Good job, boys. You did it. All squads, dig in at key positions and wait for further instructions.
I haven't seen anyone come from the swamps in a long while. You've come out right next to the army outpost. There's only one thing a stalker can expect from the army, and that's a bullet. So I'd be careful if I were you. While you've come out right next to the army outpost. There's only one thing a stalker can expect from the army, and that's a bullet. So I'd be careful if I were you. a reason for you being here. Pop in and see me if you're in the area.
Nice to see you. So, shall we talk business? Hello, Merc. Tell me, what brings you here? I see so many stalkers in here, it's a pain to remember them all. Any reason I should strain my brain for you? Now we're talking business, I like that. Well, here's the thing. I've been here for a while. My business is up and running, I get different orders here and there, and people trust me. I have a problem with my last order, and the trouble is the client is very important, and the loot he's after is unique. Everything was going fine. Stalkers would get the loot from inside the zone, and the army boys were supposed to ensure they could get it through the cordon. Well, the two parties started bickering over something, and now the whole place has gone crazy. The result is the stalkers are fighting the military, and nobody's got a clue where the loot is. And that doesn't suit me at all, because the order needs to be completed. So, help me get the case with the loot, and I'll tell you all about your stalker and his components. Deal? Visit the stalkers by the embankment. They've set up some sort of base there, and that's where they're holding the captive military commander, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I don't care what you do at that base. I don't care if those fruitcakes want to continue playing Robin Hood's merry men. All I want is that case and the loot that's inside it. For starters, try talking to Valerian, the stalker leader. I'll let them know you're coming on my behalf. Hello? Anyone home?
Help, man! The army's beating up on fellow stalkers! Oh, man, you really bailed us out there. Swing by the base sometime for a reward.
Man, we've been waiting for you a long time. Go see the leader, Stat.
Howdy, Merc. We don't see too much of you at the cordon. What brings you here? From Sidorovich, you say? So, you know about the commander too? Alright, I'll be straight with you. We used to cooperate with the army. They'd allow us to transport goods safely through the outpost and let us in on some useful information. We paid well for their services. But then we found out that jerk of a commander worked for both sides. He supplied the bandits with our whereabouts. Then he went and sold 2 of our guys as slaves at the garbage. That was the last straw. Yeah, I guess we got a little carried away. Can't figure out what to do now. We're holding the commander hostage, which is a kind of guarantee that the army's not going to bomb our asses back to the Stone Age with their choppers. We can't kill him, but we can't let him go either. This sly son of a bitch knows that we need him alive, and he's not caving in a damn inch. Trouble is, he's the only one who knows where the loot is hidden. If we don't deliver that loot to Sidorovich, he won't do business with us ever again. If we could only make this army bastard play by our rules, it would be a whole different ball game, believe me.
What you staring at, ass-face? Laugh all you want. If you're here to find out where I hid the case with the loot, you're in for a disappointment. Go back to your beloved zone. My boys are gonna obliterate your pathetic posse soon enough. And it's for your ringleader. We will hang him on the bridge so everyone can see what you get for messing with the military. Oh, really? And how much would you charge for your services? What if I ask you to help out my boys by taking out those snipers at the railroad embankment? Don't stop on your way out the door, and keep going till you hit an anomaly.
So, did you learn anything useful? Of course they'll save him. The rat bastard owes them a whole bunch of dough. He ran their operations on his own and stashed the cash away somewhere. Listen, I've got an idea. The commander's got only 2 men he can count on. They served together at the outpost and he cut them in on the deals, so they'll do whatever they can to get him out. If we dispose of them, the bastard will realize nobody's coming for him. He'll crack, and we'll beat out of him the location of the stash with the loot. We split the money, and Sidorovich gets the case. What do you say? I have this feeling we won't have to look for them. Khaletsky's buddies are wandering around here somewhere planning to attack us. A small squad has been spotted at the elevator. Help us destroy them.
Good work. The military squad has been taken care of. We spotted their second squad at the depot. Merc, head on over there. Great. That's the army dealt with. With his buddies dead, Khaletsky knows he ain't got a prayer. That army rat is gonna change his tune now, that's for sure. Merc, head back to the base.
See what being stubborn gets you? Your friends are dead and you're still here. No one's coming to save you. Tell me where you hid the case.
Okay, I tell you, bastard. It's in the tunnel, in the upturned car.
Would you look at that? The little shit cracked like an egg. The stash coordinates are in your PDA. Take what you find to Sidorovich. He's waiting.
Don't shoot! Please don't shoot!
Okay, Merc, I'll be waiting for you and the case.
So you got it after all. I knew I could count on you. Thanks for returning the case, Merc. Now I can settle up with my client. The reason I've survived in the zone as long as I have is that I always keep my word. You screw a client in this place and you're pretty likely to find a knife in your back real soon. Anyway, enough about me. About your stalker, he was here. His name is Fang, and he was looking for tube amplifiers and some other electronic crap, but I'm not an expert in that sort of thing. I sold him the amp, but I didn't have the other stuff he was after, so I told him to visit the diggers at the garbage. Recently, some stalkers at the garbage have dug up old buried equipment from after the accident at the Chernobyl NPP, and now the place is filled with all kinds of ancient components. Look for him there. And remember, if you want to trade, I'm your man.
I gave Fang the component we found in the cache. He wouldn't stop swearing and said he wouldn't pay us until we found the other components. We discussed it between ourselves and decided to send Vasya to speak to him. Vasya is one silver-tongued son of a gun. We figured he might be able to talk Fang into paying us at least some of the money. I just hope he doesn't run into trouble on the way there.
Hey buddy, watch out! There's a shitload of dogs around here! Climb onto the rocks, quick! Shoot them! Hey now, piss off!
They got out of this campus a few bullets in their heads!
Thanks, buddy. You saved me right there. My name is Vasyan. Picture this. I'm on my way west, trying to catch up with this stalker, minding my own business and all, and these eyeless beasts come out of nowhere. I emptied 3 clips into the damn things, but they just kept on coming and chased me all the way to here. There's no way I'll catch that stalker now. He's got to be in the Dark Valley at this point.
The Dark Valley is in quarantine. Put your weapon away and come here very slowly. No sudden movements.
Freeze! Holster your weapon and stand still. Try pulling a fast one and you're dead. Stand still, brother. This won't hurt. All right, stalker. Stay put. Who are you, and what are you doing here? He's probably dead already, and I suggest you don't hang around here too long, unless you want to join him. Someone keeps attacking us. They're real professional about it too. We never stand a chance. We control all the roads leading into the Dark Valley, but that don't seem to stop the attacks one bit. The one place you can relax is the base. If you have questions about Fang, the Freedom Base is your best bet.
What's your business here?
Stalker, you are on Freedom territory, and that means no funny business.
So,
Come see
what
me
did
if
you
you
want
have
to
any
tell me?
questions.
Me again? Man, what a lousy day! And quit bothering me over nothing! I'm busy!
Yo. You showed those mutants. Come back for more instructions.
How's it shaping up, Merc?
Come, let me teach you haggling 101. Hey, buddy, what have you been eating today?
Veterans and rookies, if you value your freedom and want to be among others like you,
Merc, this is Chekhov. The outpost was attacked. I don't know if anyone survived, but the PDA is still active. It might contain some useful info. Find it and bring it to me.
Shit, man. Way to screw up! What a rotten son of a bitch, that commandant! All that horseshit he gave us about how the outpost was out of ammo! Those freedom bastards wounded 2 of our boys!
Enough yapping! Let's cover up our tracks and get out of here!
Stalker, life has given you a wonder...
Howdy, partner. Well, finally we meet face to face. My name is Chekhov, and I'm the boss around here. The recording on the PDA you found clears things up a bit. All the exits from the valley were sealed off, but our outposts and patrols just kept getting hit. A few times we had a patrol leave the base and get slaughtered in no time. The boys started thinking that we offended the zone somehow, and that this was some sort of punishment. We even tried putting together protection charms against ghosts and all, but as we now know, there was nothing mystical about it. The Commandant gave away all our movements. Freaking rat. I didn't expect him to do this. I've known him for ages. We hunted for our first artifacts together. We made freedom what it is today. I trusted him with all the operational planning, and he just went and sold us out. As soon as the outpost conversation was aired on our radio frequency, the Commandant vanished. He knew he was screwed. What we've got to do now is find him. He knows too much, if not everything. All the exits from the valley are secured, so he couldn't have gone too far. We're tracking his PDA. He's near the road to the cordon. A few of our squads are on their way over there. Yep, there was a stalker like that. Very interested in rare parts and the like. He must have known that we had the best team in the whole zone. I sold him the part he wanted, and why not? He paid well and didn't even haggle. What I don't know is what he wanted with it. These parts were only used in old army cryptographic machines. He left the base straight away, and nobody's seen him since. Yeah, I'll help you. If you help me, that is. Don't take it personally, but we're having a rough time, and if things don't change, Freedom won't have enough men to defend the base from bandit attacks. Help me find out who is attacking us, and I'll give you information about Fang. Find the Commandant and bring him to me alive, or dead. Do that, and I'll tell you where you can find Fang. I've uploaded the coordinates of the Commandant's PDA to yours.
Attention all Freedom squads! We just ran into mercenaries by the old farm. We're meeting strong resistance. We need help. I repeat, we need reinforcements immediately.
Here's a grenade!
Our poor little Commandant sure didn't get far. His new friends found a nice spot for him. On a tree? Alright, grab that asshole's PDA and get right back to me.
Thanks for your help.
After the shootout at the farmhouse, we know that mercenaries are behind the attacks on Freedom. Information from the Commandant's PDA also confirms this. The question is, why the hell are they doing it? Mercenaries have always stayed neutral and cooperated with all of the zone's factions. I wonder who the client was for this little job. Perhaps it was duty, or the army. I've got more questions than answers right now, but I'll get to the bottom of this. You can bet on it. You've held up your end of the deal, and now I'll tell you about Fang. He was looking for rare components here, and I got real curious as to what he wanted with all that ancient crap. When I asked him directly, he told me to mind my own business. It's too bad I'm not a quitting type. I asked one of our tech guys to hack into his PDA's frequency, and we were able to monitor him for a few days. It looks like he went to the garbage. I'd look for him there. By the way, I made a note of his PDA frequency, and I've already uploaded it for you. His location is now marked on your PDA. Are you ready to help Freedom once again? We know a lot more, but the mercenaries keep attacking us, and we're down to our bare bones here. I still don't know how they're getting into the valley. We've got all the roads covered with our outposts. It looks like there's a tunnel here somewhere that we don't know about. That's how the mercenaries are getting into the Dark Valley. We need to find out where that hole is and blow it to bits. There's an old triangulator in the valley. It was built by geodesists back in Soviet times. The triangulator comprises 3 antennas. Once all 3 antennas are activated, you can monitor the surface of the whole valley. If it works, we'll be able to work out how the mercenaries are getting into the valley. One of those antennas is here in the base, but the other 2 were captured by mercenaries. Help us regain control over those antennas.
That's all, folks. Take a deep breath.
Great job. The antennas are under our control. Initiating scan. We have the tunnel coordinates. It's near the deserted factory. That's how the mercenaries are getting into the Dark Valley. Attention all squads. Find the tunnel and destroy it. Thanks for coming, Merc. We've been down in the yard. They got us covered. Help us take out the mercenaries on the roof. Suckers responsible for killing so many of our boys have been eliminated. Freedom has shown once again that if you mess with the best, you'll die like the rest. Soon the day will come when the zone will be free. Merc, drop by for your reward sometime.
This place is pretty damn good. Look at all these stalkers charging in here like flies to honey. I wonder what they're after.
It's too bad that punk got away.
Screw him. He dropped his shit. That's all that matters.
Yeah, let's grab the best stuff and get the hell out of here.
You still with us, Mark? Good, good. Fang's PDA is right next to you somewhere. Find it.
Well, Fang, the situation has changed. Someone knows we reached the center of the zone and they're looking for us. We've got to move, and fast. You'll find a detailed plan of action in our stash. I changed the code.
Merc, this is Lebedev. Information from Fang's PDA confirms my suspicions. An unidentified group of stalkers visited the center of the zone. I don't know how, but they even managed to survive the large emission. It would have been better if they hadn't, because the zone will not be pacified until the path to the center is a secret once more. There are 2 ways that could happen. Either we stop this group of stalkers, or the zone releases more emissions to destroy everything in it, and maybe outside it too. Clearly, it would be better if we did it ourselves, but we have to act quickly if we're to stand any chance of success. Fang's PDA contains the coordinates of their stash. I am confident we can find information about their plans in there.
Would you look at that? Where's your equipment, boy? This is a dangerous place. You won't get far without a good suit and a decent weapon. Monsters have gotten pretty nasty lately, so we'll be grateful for any assistance you can give us in fighting the zone. If you want to make some cash, drop by the base and see the general. One of our squads is actually heading there right now. Stick with them and save yourself some trouble.
Speed up!
Time is money, so stop talking. Ah, men of the people. What's troubling you? Good day, Merc. What do you need here? I haven't seen many folks who'd be willing to go down there. Do you have any idea what you'll be up against in there? Shouldn't be too dangerous. Things have really changed ever since we decided to block that one side tunnel. I guess we went overboard with explosives. The blow took down some of the walls and opened up ways to new caverns. A swarm of mutants came flooding out faster than you can say bloodsucker. Many of our boys never made it back to the surface. I ordered to have all exits welded shut. That helped, but only for a little while. The mutants started digging holes and coming up from underground. By the time we'd block one hole, they'd already dig up another. It seems like they are driven by a single goal: to finish us off at all costs. I'll help you get underground, but in return I want favor. Alright. The underground map shows a pump station which drains the groundwaters. If you turn off the pump and open the tank valve, the water will quickly flood the caves and the mutants should simmer down. Sergeant Chirsov, I'm sending a mercenary your way. He is going into the underground. Make sure he is able to reach the hole.
General, did someone really sign up to go down into those pits?
That is correct. Make sure he's got enough ammo.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck to you. The sergeant will give you the necessary equipment and a few tips of his own. I've already sent you the lair's coordinates.
They're coming out! Open fire!
Enemy is here!
Here. Listen, you need to stay alert. The underground is crawling with mutants. According to the map, the pump station control unit is located one level above you. I've sent you the coordinates. Be careful, and good luck. Life should be a little easier now that the tunnels are flooded. We owe you, man. Come see me for your reward.
Guys, this is S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I didn't expect Doc to fix me up so fast. I heard rumors that someone has learned of our success and is seeking to contact us. I have a bad feeling about this. I fear we may need to hurry up with our next visit to the center.
Hey, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, good to see you're alive. Fang and I found all the parts we needed and put together 2 decoders. We left them both in a stash near the Scorcher. We'll pick them up when we head for the center.
Ghost, that's great news. Our plan is as follows. We can't make it through the underground, so our only option is to go past the Scorcher. I'm on my way to Sakharov to pick up a device that will help us get through the Scorcher in one piece. Wait for me at the military warehouses.
Merc, this is Lebedev. The correspondence found in this stash explains a lot. We now know that S.T.A.L.K.E.'s group made it to the center, and we also know that they're planning to go there again. Reckless fools. If they succeed, they'll trigger a second large emission. An emission so powerful that every living creature in the zone will be incinerated, and the zone itself will become unstable. We cannot let that happen. S.T.A.L.K.E. went to Lake Yantar. You are closest to that area. Try to intercept him there, and we'll take care of Fang and Ghost.
Welcome to our humble science lab. Well, well, I seldom see a new face here. So, what would you like to know? Yes, he visited us. He knew a great deal, far more than others. He even claimed to have been to the center of the zone. Naturally, I didn't really believe him, even though he showed me some photographs. We made a deal with him. He promised to conduct field testing on one of our promising experimental models, a psi emission blocker. And we promised to give him the final version in return. S.T.A.L.K.E. believed that the blocker would help him get through the brain scorcher. We gave him the prototype, and he went into the factory. That was the last we saw of S.T.A.L.K.E. and the prototype. We received some data via our satellite, but the signal has been lost. It looks like S.T.A.L.K.E. was hit by a powerful emission at the factory. If S.T.A.L.K.E. is in the factory, getting inside without a psi protection device is virtually impossible. We have been studying the psi emissions originating from the factory for years. They have a pronounced pulse nature. When they are in their low phase, people go into the factory relatively safely. However, we are unable to predict when the next emission will take place, so going inside is like playing Russian roulette. If you decide to follow S.T.A.L.K.E. into the factory, you will most likely end up with your brains melted like most of the zombies around here. There is something which I may be able to do for you, however. Some time ago, I was contacted by a group of stalkers who managed to come out of the factory alive. They came across a technical documentation archive in one of the buildings. Those documents could shed light on what the factory contains and help us uncover the source of such powerful psi emissions. Help me find those documents, and I'll help you get inside the factory. The group went missing in the northwestern part of the facility. That area is full of zombies. I cannot send any stalkers who are guarding the perimeter, seeing as we're barely holding out against the attacks as it is. The SOS signal coming from there is still active, so please try to get the stalkers out if they're still alive.
My head is killing me. I can't think straight. Ivan attacked us all of a sudden. The voices in my head, the damn psi emission. At least we managed to get the documents. All we need to do is get them to Sakharov. Crap, the dogs are on our trail. I don't want to. No! Oh God!
It's a shame about those young men. I truly hope their sacrifice was not in vain. Let's look at the documents. Very interesting. Some of my suspicions are proving accurate. No, this is positively interesting. Excellent. This provides answers to a multitude of questions, but we will need time to fully understand what is happening. In this instance, it would appear that we are dealing with a man-made device. These documents are a manual for the cooling system of that device, which is located in the underground part of the facility. Its power consumption is quite astounding. So, the picture is becoming clearer. It seems that these bursts of psi activity occur as a result of failure in the device's cooling system. If we could repair it, that would significantly reduce psi emission levels. I will need some time to consider this matter. So please proceed towards the facility and join Lefty and his group of stalkers. I should have more information for you while you're making your way there. Dearest Lefty, I have some new data. It appears that we should be able to stabilize the psi emissions. A young man is on his way, so please wait for him and further instructions.
Yes, Professor. Awaiting your instructions. Lefty, according to my data, the psi emissions are generated by an unidentified device located under the factory. The psi field is unstable because of a malfunction in that device's cooling station. Your objective is to restart the cooling system. I have sent all the information you require to your PDA. The diagram indicates 2 valves used to initiate the restart. You must activate both valves. Get in position, and I'll inform you when psi emissions fall to a safe level.
Why are you holding on to that weapon?
Lefty, the psi field emission level is currently at its lowest. Please begin the operation. All our hopes and prayers are with you. Good luck. Let's move out!
We're almost there. I repeat, our objective is to fix the 2 valves in position and restart the cooling station. We need 2 of you at the valves, 2 of you at me. Mark, you get on the hangar roof and cover both squads.
Valve fixed in position. Initiate activation. Great, the cooling station is working again. The psi field is stable. It's time for us to get out of here. You did it. My sensors show that psi emission levels are falling. That means that the cooling station is stable. I very much hope that Yatar will become a quieter place from here on in. Thank you, Mark. I'm getting a decent signal from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. It looks like he's not far from you, heading straight for the Red Forest. Hurry up. You're very close to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. End your pursuit now, mercenary, or you will die.
If the bullet don't work, this will! If the bullet don't work, this will!
Merc, I blew up the tunnel. You will not stop me. I am going to reach the center of the zone, whatever it takes. S.T.A.L.K.E.R signal is gone. We lost him. Event towards the Scorcher. And from there, it's not far to the center of the zone. For us, though, trying to get through the Scorcher without the scientist prototype would be suicide. Our only hope of catching S.T.A.L.K.E.R is to go to Limansk. I know of a tunnel that leads there. It starts just beyond the bridge. This is the only way of reaching the city. The bridge can only be lowered from the other side, but that's bandit territory. Shit. There must be a way of getting across. Maybe there's another road to the other shore. Well, if anyone can help us get to Limansk, it's Forrester. They say that old-timer can find safe roads to areas he's never been in. The old man's hut is on the edge of the Red Forest. Merc, find Forrester.
What brings you to my forest, young man? To what do I owe this pleasure? Limansk was lost for many years, and there are many good reasons for that.
It would be best for all of us if it stays lost. What do you want with Limansk? You are not an ordinary man. The zone has left a curious mark on you, and I don't know whether it's a blessing or a curse. The normal chain of events has been broken. The zone is becoming increasingly unstable, and you are part of this process. I will help you, so I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. Getting into Limansk is not easy. The shortest road to the city is the bridge, but it's been raised. However, and this came as a surprise to me, it is not the only road that leads there. Freedom and Goethe raised the bridge right after the larger mission, yet the bandits appeared on the other shore a couple of days ago and captured the bridge. That means there is at least one other way of getting across. The large mission changed the zone a great deal. The safe and familiar paths have been covered by deadly anomalies, but new paths, unreachable for years, have appeared instead, and I doubt all of them have been found. Believe it or not, I occasionally receive fragments of radio transmissions on my PDA from somewhere near Limansk. That can only mean one thing. Stalkers have found new paths into Limansk, and they need help. Unfortunately, the signal is so weak, I can't make out much. My understanding is that stalkers have become trapped in looped space. Whichever way they go, they come back to where they started. If we could get them out, we'd find out how to get into Limansk. Go to the military warehouses. The signal should be better up on those hills. When you find something out, let me know, won't you?
So, what did you want to tell me?
Запарили, что уже совсем. Сами по-человечески не живете, ну и хрен с вами. Дайте другим, так не мешайте. Фанатики хрен.
If you can hear me, we're stuck in an anomaly. We can't get out. It's like space is warped. Whichever way we go, can't move. Equipment has gone off the rails. Can see the outlines of a town on the horizon. Our coordinates, 51, 10, 3, 1, 2. Is there anybody out there? It's like a maze.
What brings you to my forest to work? The mercenaries provided you with some very interesting information. It seems I was right. The large emission that shook the zone was so powerful that it changed space itself, forcing it into a loop. Don't go scientific on me, Professor. It's become looped. Whichever way you go, you end up at your original spot. As a result, after the emission, stalkers got trapped in space bubbles around Limansk, unable to get out. Well, we know quite a bit now. The mercenaries' coordinates, PDA frequency, and now I have a better understanding of these bubbles. Well, actually I got stuck in the bubble myself a couple of days ago. At the time I didn't know it was a new anomaly, so I thought I was losing my marbles. The forest clearing seems real familiar, but wherever I go, I can't find a way out. And then the zone itself gave me an artifact, which showed me the way out of the bubble. I called it Compass. On my way home, I was mugged by the bandits. They spared me, an old man, but they took the compass. Get me that artifact, and I'll think of a way to get the mercenaries out.
The scum set up camp on the edge of the Red Forest. I've uploaded the coordinates to your PDA. Are you here on business or just taking a hike? To what do I owe this pleasure? I'd lost all hope of ever seeing the compass again. Thank you. Give me a bit of time, and I'll find the way out of the bubble. While I do that, you'll need to find a way of getting information to the mercenaries. You're going to need a powerful transmitter for that. I heard there's one like that at the military warehouses. That's how they communicate with the outside world. It should be powerful enough to contact the mercenaries. I'll send you the coordinates you need once you find the transmitter. If they do everything right, they'll get out of the bubble and end up pretty close to the bridge into Limansk. They might even be able to pay the bandits at the bridge a visit.
Kostian, this is Hog. Remember me? You better, cause I saved your ass a couple of weeks back.
Sure, Hog. What can I do for you?
Kostian, I need you to help this one fella get to the antenna at the military base. I heard you're in that area. Is that right?
That's right. We're trying to capture the warehouses. Come on over, we'll kick some military ass together.
Not this time, Kostian, sorry. We can't be seen fighting the military. I can only send you one man.
One more shooter ain't never gonna hurt. We'll wait for him.
Merc, head over to Kostian. He'll help you reach the transmitter.
Merc, we're stuck by the HQ. The army boys have holed up in there and they've got this whole area covered. We can't move an inch. Help us capture the HQ.
And we're going to try to get out of the bubble. Okay, left here, 60 feet this way. Oh dang, we're free! You hear me? We made it out of the anomaly. We're headed for Limansk.
Hey, Stalker, we got a wild zoo here. We won't make it without you. Here. We're at the bridge, waiting for mercenaries to arrive from the direction of the bandit camp anytime soon.
Now that you're
Come back to the bridge. We need you here. It's going to get pretty nasty here before long. Merc, get here quick. Leshi's squad is almost here.
Leshi's squad is approaching. Our job is to cover them so they can get through to the bridge. Take up a position on the second floor of the tower and get ready.
This is Leshi. Our squad is approaching the bridge.
Leshi, Lebedev here. We're looking forward to seeing you. Attention all fighters. Let's clear a path for Leshi. Open fire.
Cover my man at the control panel. The
you, Lashi. They sure as hell owe you one.
Thank the Merc. If it weren't for him, we'd be stuck in that bubble trap forever.
Either way, I owe you.
I'll keep that in mind. Good luck to you.
That's a deal. Clear Sky Fighters. We have completed a brilliant operation. The bridge has been lowered, and the road to Limansk is now open. Advance squad. Move out into Limansk and find a safe path to the city. Everyone else, hold the bridge and wait for the main squad.
Merc, come over here. I'll fill you in, and keep your head down.
This is some mess, I mean. There's a real street war going on here. There's an MG nest on the balcony of the building to the left. They're not holding back up there. We're totally pinned. If we can take out the machine gunner, we'll be able to keep going. I'll draw his attention, and you head into the building and deal with that MG. Go on my signal. Go, Merc, go!
Вали, Петро! Твою...
This is Captain Zero, leader of the Clear Sky Squad. We are approaching the intersection. Hold on, Merc. We're coming to help. Enemy down! Merc, make your way over here and I'll fill you in.
We need to move further into the city. Our boys are stuck by the canal beyond the square, and we're on our way to help them. You seem to know how to handle yourself. Why don't you stick with us and make things easier for us both? Speed up! Damn it! How many are there? They're coming from all directions! Look! Keep moving towards the canal! We'll hold the enemy!
You couldn't have picked a better time to show up, Merc. We're stuck here in a terrible position. The enemy is in the building across the canal, and we're sitting ducks here. Lebedev ordered us to take the bridge. We need to clear and secure that building, whatever it takes. The enemy is in the building on the other side. We're sitting ducks here. There's no point in attempting an attack. We'll just die for nothing. We'll keep them busy so that you can run from cover to cover and get right up to the building. Once you're there, you know what to do. Just kill that bastard machine gunner.
Hey, Merc. Good to see you. The exit from Limansk is very close, but we need to stay alert
Speed
and
up!
proceed with caution.
Come on, yo. Keep up or become bloodsucker food.
Sniper in the tower! Take cover! Close in and smoke that sniper out! Go!
Ах, ёп!
Those bastards have put up a fence and even got power running through it. The town has no electricity supply. That means there must be a generator around here somewhere supplying that fence with power. The cables lead into the building to the right. Merc, we'll distract the sniper so you can get inside the Institute building and shut down that generator.
Great. The power to the fence has been cut. Advance.
Good job. The main squad is ready to move through Limansk. Advance squad, your objective is to find the entrance to the Pripyat underground. The entrance is at the old hospital on the edge of Limansk.
Help! We're pinned at the entrance!
Thank God someone responded. Listen, there's a sniper and a machine gunner on the other side of the hall. We can't even make a move. We're gonna try to take them out.
Well done! Keep it up! You did it! Now you can flank the sniper from behind. Deal with it! Great, that's the sniper down. The road is clear. We're moving out to try and blow up that pillbox. Base, this is 021. I see an enemy squad plus unidentified S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Requesting orders. 021, take them all out.
and hold the entrance to the catacombs. The main squad is on its way.
Roger that. We're on it. Merc, we'll hold the monolithians while you go down into the catacombs.
Glad to see you, Merc. We've done the impossible. We fought our way into the very center of the zone, to the power plant, and most of that. Petrenko, get a scan of S.T.A.L.K.E.R PDA frequency.
Commander, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is very close. Lebedev, this is the recon squad. We got a visual on S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Merc, climb onto the heat pipeline and intercept S.T.A.L.K.E.R. We'll cover you from the ground. Merc, here's an electromagnetic gun prototype. It will let you disable S.T.A.L.K.E.R style protection and help stop him. Without protection, S.T.A.L.K.E.R won't last long under the emission. Even our own suits can barely neutralize the field. Get up close to S.T.A.L.K.E.R and cut off his side protection.